I cut my calories. I went to the gym 4 times a week. The weight came off everywhere, except my stomach. I wanted to know why. Millions of people are trapped in this exact cycle, following mainstream advice, doing everything right, and seeing zero change in their midsection. So I spent months investigating this anomaly. What I found shocked me. Belly fat is not just stored excess calories. It is a highly active, dangerous metabolic tissue called visceral fat, the kind that wraps around your internal organs. It behaves like a separate organ inside your body, and it is completely immune to simple calorie math. You can be a healthy weight overall and still carry lethal amounts of it. My investigation revealed that belly fat is governed by biochemistry, not willpower. To validate what I was seeing, I analyzed the data across 3 different fields. The research of kidney specialist Dr. Jason Fung, Stanford neuroendocrinologist Dr. Robert Sapolsky, and UC Berkeley neuroscientist Dr. Matthew Walker explained exactly what I found. Their collective findings point to an uncomfortable truth. Stubborn belly fat is not a math problem. It is a hormonal defense mechanism. My first discovery was that belly fat is a hormonal storage problem driven entirely by insulin. Dr. Jason Fung in the Obesity Code explains that insulin is a storage hormone. When you eat, insulin spikes to move energy into your cells. And while insulin is high, your body cannot burn fat. It is biochemically locked in storage mode. The modern diet, packed with refined carbohydrates and constant snacking, keeps insulin permanently elevated. This leads directly to a condition called insulin resistance. What surprised me most in Fung's research was how insulin specifically targets the abdomen. Visceral fat cells are hyper-responsive to insulin compared to the subcutaneous fat on your arms or legs. When insulin levels stay chronically high, the body preferentially deposits fat right around your liver and pancreas. This is why calorie restriction fails. If you eat fewer calories but keep eating refined foods frequently, your insulin remains elevated. Your body will burn muscle and slow your metabolism to save energy, but it will fiercely guard the visceral fat in your stomach. The second force driving abdominal fat is entirely psychological, translated through the stress hormone cortisol. To understand this, I examined the research of Stanford neuroendocrinologist Dr. Robert Sapolsky in Why Zebras Don't Get Ulcers. My investigation revealed exactly why this is disastrous for your midsection. Visceral fat cells contain up to 4 times more cortisol receptors than other fat cells. Elevated cortisol sends a powerful biological signal to store energy in the abdomen for quick access during a prolonged crisis. Sapolsky's studies on wild primates confirmed this directly. Animals under chronic social stress developed distinct abdominal fat patterns, even on a completely natural diet. Your body is not misbehaving. It is storing fat exactly where it thinks it needs it to survive a perceived permanent threat. The third discovery happens while you sleep, or rather, when you do not. Insufficient sleep triggers a catastrophic hormonal cascade that actively forces fat into the abdomen. Dr. Matthew Walker documents this in Why We Sleep. In clinical studies, Walker found that restricting sleep to 5 hours per night for a single week reduced insulin sensitivity by over 30%. A single night of poor sleep causes cortisol levels to spike significantly the next day. The more I dug into Walker's research, the more I saw how sleep loss alters your appetite hormones. It spikes ghrelin, which makes you hungry. It suppresses leptin, which signals fullness. You wake up the next day with intense cravings for sugary, high-calorie foods. And because your insulin sensitivity is broken and your cortisol is elevated, the excess energy you consume is preferentially directed straight to your abdominal visceral fat. You are biologically trapped into storing belly fat simply by staying awake too long. Stubborn belly fat is rarely a calorie problem. It's the result of 3 hormonal forces: chronically elevated insulin, high cortisol from stress, and a disrupted metabolism from poor sleep. Aggressive calorie restriction often increases stress, driving cortisol higher and making the problem worse. To lose visceral belly fat, stop managing calories and start managing hormones. First, manage insulin with time-restricted eating. Second, lower cortisol with a daily stress reduction practice, like walking. Third, optimize sleep with 7 to 8 hours in a cool, dark room. Going down this rabbit hole completely changed how I view weight loss. Visceral fat is regulated by a complex hormonal web, and understanding this removes the frustration and shame of every failed diet. The data shows that when you fix the environment, your body fixes itself. If you want to explore the science deeper, I highly recommend examining the primary research of Dr. Jason Fung, Dr. Robert Sapolsky, and Dr. Matthew Walker. Once you understand the design, you can finally change it.